What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. We've got
John.
and I am Ken.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are. I feel like that was like a fake enthusiasm. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
Here we are. Yay.
no, we are excited to be here. We always are.
Always are.
Yes.
Always is.
I felt like when I shake my head, the headphones.
So don't shake your head.
sliding off. You know. Tell us what you guys think. Headphones or no headphones? Should we stick with the headphones? Do you like the
Then
headphones?
I can't hear you anymore.
I know. I think it'd be weird. I kind of like hearing. Yeah. Sometimes we don't really have to mess with the sound too much, so we're kind of there. But there's times where we might be talking back here or over here.
Yeah, we
wouldn't
wouldn't
notice it. Yeah,
we wouldn't know it if we didn't have these on.
It's like the other episode when I walked away and then I was coming back. I'm like, I don't know how my voice is sounding right now, and it's bothering me.
You're like, I'll be right back.
Yes, exactly.
This is where I'm going.
So that's why we do it. We were commenting the other day. I'm a podcast. Don't use headphones.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I feel like a real podcaster. But that's the thing. We are a podcaster. Don't just check us out on YouTube. We are on Spotify as well. You can listen to us, and the video is actually always aired on Spotify as well, even though YouTube seems to be our main platform for
So
things.
like, subscribe, and comment, because we don't get many comments, and we want more comments.
Yes. More, please. Please.
More, please. May I have some more?
Yes. So John and I were at Gary's in Bernardsville not too long ago, and I got sold on. I know it's a rare thing for me to get sold on something because I know a decent amount of bourbon and everything like that. But the guy kind of sold me on it.
Yeah.
And
it was very convincing.
Yes, and I never had any of it before. And he said this is the. What did he say? It's like the only red corn, whatever that's been in history that you can still get.
Yep, and it was the last bottle on the shelf.
Yeah, that always helps.
So he says.
And then they grab one from the back and they just keep single shelving it.
Yeah,
I know the tricks. This is distilled, aged, and bottled by High Wire Distilling Company out of Charleston, South Carolina. Nestled in the heart of the South Carolina Low Country, High Wire Distilling Company is a small batch producer of agriculturally focused whiskeys.
Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. My master's gone away.
You're my master.
This is Jimmy Red Corn, actually. Jimmy Red.
My bad.
Our roots in farming and all-natural baking led us to explore the art of distilling with a creative culinary approach. It's all part of our relentless pursuit of flavor to revive and grow rich, flavorful heirloom grains, celebrate farmers, preserve rural lands, and let me finish, please, and make drinking a delicious, bold agricultural act. Cheers to the many hands and lands that make it possible. Coming in at 47.5% alcohol. This is a sweet mash. And Jimmy Red Bourbon whiskey is a celebration of the diverse agricultural traditions of our region, a true revival of spirit. The whiskey began as a labor of love to save Jimmy Red corn from near extinction. Interesting. Little did we know we were preserving some of the finest whiskey corn in the country, smooth and silky with a rich mouthfeel. This straight bourbon whiskey is our pride and joy, and we will be copyrighted now. Maybe. I am kind of contemplating not giving John any of this because he seems like he may be buzzed already.
No, I'm just going through all the Jimmies.
Oh, I got it. It had flavor notes, tasting notes. I saw it pop up. I didn't. And once I see something, I'm like, no, I'm not going to read that right.
I wonder if it tastes like corn.
Yes, it tastes like red corn. Yeah.
Just trying to support the Jimmies, man.
Yes. So this will be a fresh crack for us.
Is it Jimmies or sprinkles?
I always said sprinkles.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I know some people say Jimmy.
Wow, and there's plastic. This is like
I know.
they really protecting this bottle.
Yes, they're protecting this nearly extinct red corn. I swear the sales rep guy there just read the bottle right before we came in.
Yeah,
or something.
he did. Yeah.
He's like, it's nearly extinct.
Nearly extinct, even though they make it every few years.
Is it? I've seen it in other stores though, so that's another reason I want to try it because if it is that good, maybe I'll look into getting more in the future. Ooh, I dripped.
Looks good.
I drippied.
Red.
Is it? Oh man, I really dripped a lot.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I red corned this all over this thing.
Yeah, you did.
What did I say? Was it 95 proof? So not like
Not crazy.
crazy, but
What are you expecting out of this before even drinking it? Just from like the name and the way you were sold on it.
I would think like something that's like very hay forward or something, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking the same
Yeah,
thing.
kind of like. Yeah, let's see. We'll find out. Okay, it's got a unique expression, almost like a malty kind of nose to it, you know?
I was gonna say it smells a little peaty,
Yes, it's got that kind of
scotchy.
Yes, well, which would be like your single malt or something like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Grassy.
yeah, it definitely malty though.
I definitely think it smells a little on the sweet side.
All right, so you're getting a little sweet. It does change though the more I smell it.
I'm getting apple.
Okay, some apple. All right, yeah, I'm getting that apple. Red apple.
Red apple. Like honey crisp apple.
Yeah, like on the sweeter side.
It's not very well. It's low proof, so. I was expecting more of a corn forward flavor, like a popcorn or something.
Like on the- but this is
it's
a nose.
Really not.
Yeah,
It definitely has sweetness to the smell.
yeah, it's got something else there though. I'm gonna say molasses.
Okay.
Something going on. Apple, molasses, malty, red apple. Yeah. Cheers.
Ooh, I like that. That almost.
It's like a medium color, by the way.
Yeah.
Medium, yeah. Maybe medium to slightly light. It's got some nice legs, though, to it.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's got nice flavor, man.
You like it?
I do.
Okay. I think it's lacking a little body in my mouth, but it's you wouldn't think that just by looking at it. But
I'm getting a little bit of cherry cola on that end,
all right.
on that taste.
I think to me, I feel like it's lacking depth. I don't know. Like there's something there. Maybe because it's a low proofer.
I mean, we went from probably.
Well, is it like low proofer? It's not really low. For us, it's a low proofer.
Yeah.
But it's not really a low proofer at 94.
I like the way it. See, I feel like for a low proofer, there's a little bit of complexity there, and you don't agree.
No.
I got that apple. I got that like that red apple, that candy apple. I got that candy apple. I got a little bit of cherry cola in there.
I get a little hay actually on the taste.
Hey.
And I'm still kind of that malty taste kind of travels through, I feel like, onto the palate.
There's really no hug.
No hug.
I am tasting that grassy.
It's like a
Yeah.
hay kind of
Yeah.
slightly earthy,
Like what a barn smells like. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is typically what I guess your hay would be.
I don't hate it. I like it. It's got flavor. It's simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's not burning the shit out of your chest or
No,
your throat.
that's a good sipper.
I think it's a good sipper. I think this is good if a couple of friends came over and you just wanted to take it easy and watch the soccer game. Like not a bad pour. I've had a lot worse. Like it's not. I don't think it's boring. I think there's some stuff going on there.
What's your rating?
I I'd go 3.7.
Okay.
3.7.
All right.
Oh, you coming in low?
3.55.
So you got bought. You got sold.
You're at 3.7.
I'm at 3.7. I like it.
All right. So we're at like.
You sound very disappointed.
Yeah.
You like a little kid who
We're at like 3.62 or something like that. Our average, but I just think
you're expecting a lot more
it's
out of this. Yeah,
it's gimmicky, dude.
it's gimmicky. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gimmicky.
I mean, the gimmicky starts with the paper on top.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a scarecrow.
Paper, bro.
So, on the bottle, what does it say, tasting wise and the notes wise?
Okay.
Right.
Let's see. On the bottle, it says tasting notes: graham. I'm assuming they mean graham cracker, vanilla, cinnamon, maple with a creamy mouthfeel.
I didn't get any of that.
Maybe the creamy mouthfeel a little bit. Yeah. It's non-chilled filtered.
Nacho filtered.
Yes. This is batch number 58.
So apparently they have a lot of Jimmy Reds.
And you don't care?
Well, I kind of like it. It's a break from the heat,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It's a break from the big huggers. It's a good sipper. I think it's a good sipper for the weather that we're having right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
this might even be good in
Old
might be good
fashioned?
in a cocktail.
Cocky tail.
You know.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere by Jimmy Buffett, man.
Dude, we're getting copyrighted.
Nah, 2 seconds.
I don't know if that matters anymore. I think it just once it picks up on it, it just
Really?
Yeah, it copyrights it.
Nah, I'll dispute it. Jimmy Red Classic. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's okay. Like I said, I would drink this outside right now. It's 100 degrees out. I think it's a good sipper. It's not making me sweat. It's not making me burn. I think it's got a little bit of flavor in there.
Yeah.
I don't remember the price.
50, I think.
50?
Maybe 60.
That's not bad. Anything above 50 is probably no bueno. You can get more of a $40 Elijah
Yeah.
Craig.
I feel like it was like 50 to 60. Yeah, something like that.
All right, so you got.
I don't know. You mentioned that Mr. Bruzel himself says pick it up every time.
Well,
I'm starting to question Mr. Bruzel's.
it wasn't really this particular bottle.
Oh,
It
right.
was another one.
All right.
And I just looked something up, and it was a bottle and bond.
Okay.
But I know even this one, I have seen it on a lot of bourbon huntings, and they're like, "Ooh, Jimmy Red, like you got to pick that up." Maybe everybody got. Maybe they keep saying it.
I know.
They don't make it a lot, and then all of a sudden
know.
it's everywhere a little bit.
It's like Basil Hayden back in the day. Oh, get Basil Hayden. It's one of the best
Yeah.
bourbons. And I'm like, yeah. I don't know, man. Some
If you're
things.
mixing it with Coke, maybe Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Hey, man. At least you know we're honest, people. Let's cheers this one. It's not bad. I mean, it's good, and it's a fresh crack. Keep that in mind. Who knows if this needs to open up a little bit? I don't know.
I'll give you $15 for the bottle.
Yeah.
Sold.
Sold.
Now you don't have to worry about it no more.
That'd be a nice loss for me. Because at least I could drink it as a cocktail daily sipper.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, Jimmy Red.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
We didn't give any finishing notes on that, but yeah.
Because there aren't any.
We cheers, right?
We did. You want to cheers again?
No, it's all right. Yeah, here we are. We are back, and we are
Better than ever.
Better than ever. What were we going to talk about? Basically, today it was going to be. We've touched on this before, and we've talked about it before, and it's nothing new. John and I are a little bit more old school. We grew up a little bit more old school. Okay. That's always a kind of ongoing topic of ours, is just kind of being old school and everything like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk a little bit more specifically like on our children,
Yeah.
and society in a whole, and just in general, from how we were raised to who we've become. And basically, where I'm going with this is this: as a our people of our age or whatever, are we becoming weaker in a way that we're discipline, how we discipline our kids, how we teach our kids, and everything like that? Are we becoming weaker or worse parents than maybe our parents may have been?
I wouldn't say worse parents.
But are we, or are we just maybe a little bit more emotionally intelligent than what our parents were back in the day?
It's a good way to look at it.
Yes. And I mean, there's a balance to everything, and it depends how you look at certain things.
I think it depends on how you're brought up as well. I mean, if you had a rough childhood with very strict parents, you're not really going to grow up as strict, maybe. You'll take some of those qualities and you will pick and choose where you're going to be strict at because you knew how it was growing up, Oh, man, all the kids wore baggy pants to school, and my dad made fun of me for wearing baggy pants.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let my kid go through that. I'm going to let my kid wear baggy pants.
Yeah.
Then you, on the other side of the spectrum, you had, disrespectful kids because parents didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
I'm not letting my kids grow up disrespectful to other adults, so I'm going to take, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's different sides of the spectrum there.
Yes. Yeah, I guess it is.
But how is it influencing our kids where if your kids are friends with not as strict parents and our kids are like, well, this person can do that and this person can wear this. No, I don't care about that person.
Exactly.
But then you got to worry about, are they getting made fun of? Are they getting bullied at the same time? So now we have this whole thing to worry about, Oh, you're being summoned.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting calls. I'm getting summoned. I'm getting all this stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that I don't know. A part of me is like, I grew up in such a household where it was strict household. It was a,
And you grew up like I did with boys, right? We had brothers.
Yes.
My sister came around. I have a younger sister. I was kind of almost out already. She's a lot younger than me. My dad remarried.
Yeah.
She's a lot younger than me.
Yes.
So we grew up with boys, and
yeah. So I guess it was. Yeah, it could be. Well, now you have daughters, but I have a son. But I just feel like with my son, I've especially when it comes to sports and things like. I grew up playing sports. I grew up doing, pretty active and everything like that. And not to say my son is not active, but he just, at least now at this point of his life, he just doesn't seem too interested in some things, and it's just like he's, because of his birthday, he's always a little bit the younger, the smaller one. And
that's how my kids are too. Yeah. They're September babies.
Yeah, so exactly. Same boat there.
And I was a November baby. You're an October baby.
Yes, we
so
were always the older. Yeah, we were always,
October 1st was always the cutoff.
Yes, we were always the oldest ones. So I feel like with my kid, I'm kind of like, I felt so much pressure when it came to sports as a kid that I was miserable.
Were you?
Yeah, a lot of time when it came to, and I wasn't a bad athlete, I was just, I felt so much pressure when it came to sports that I said, I don't want to put that on my kid necessarily. If he doesn't like it, I'm not going to push that on him. There's more to life than freaking kicking a ball around, and or doing this. And I understand it's a great way to meet friends. It's a great way to have a little discipline in your life, and everything. But
can I talk opposite on that?
Yeah,
because I wasn't an athlete and I didn't grow up. I played football for a month and I quit. I didn't like it. I played baseball for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I played soccer for quite a few years, but it wasn't something I was really interested in doing. I did it because everybody else did it. And I wish that my parents pushed it more on me. Instead of saying, you want to quit? Okay, fine. You don't have to play. You don't want to do this? All right, fine. I wish it was kind of pushed on me more because I feel like I missed out.
Yeah. Did you do it for like a month and then you quit, or did you do it for a year and quit?
Football, I did it for, I think, 3 weeks, and I was such a pussy, that I was like getting knocked around on my ass, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't like this, Dad. I don't want to do
Yeah.
it no more. And he's like, all right, no problem. You
All
don't have
right.
to do it no more.
Well, let's just say I pushed it on at least a year, if not 2 years, where, it just didn't seem like his cup. Like soccer, we did a couple years.
Yeah.
But it just didn't seem like he was,
But
you know.
my parents like let me not do it if I didn't want to. Whereas
Yeah.
like my kids, like, my one daughter, I made them both sign up for soccer, right? I feel like,
Yeah.
especially where we come from, soccer's the first thing that
Yeah.
everybody goes to. My one daughter played for 2 seasons just in like, kindergarten, first grade, and she didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you gave it the try. You didn't quit. You gave it the try. You don't want to do it no more. And the other one loved it. So she did it for like 10 years straight. That's fine. And then we're like, let's do basketball. Let's
Yeah.
try that. My one daughter did it for a year. My other daughter did it for the whole time she was in
Yeah.
grammar school. And even in, first year of high school. And then the other one who quit, who didn't like it, came
Yeah.
back at the end and she goes, man, I wish I would have stayed with this because she had so much fun later.
Yeah.
They
And it's
both,
interesting, though, because you have a unique situation because you have twins.
yeah,
And you have 2 girls that
they're totally different.
yeah, like where you can kind of like, and that just goes to show it's not always parenting. Sometimes it has to do with just personality, and
Because they all have, they basically really have the same friends. They brought up the same,
Yeah.
they were in the same circles. They're just 2 different people.
yeah. I mean, would you rather them be the same? Probably
No.
not. Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah, you like having one that's a pain in the ass, and the others that's
Yep.
not mentioning any names.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? It keeps me on my toes, and it just makes you love them in different aspects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if I have one that's really easy and one that's a little tougher.
Yeah,
If they were both easy, life would just be like la la la.
yeah,
And la 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 is not really good sometimes, man. You need to be on your toes. You need to. I think so.
say that now until the trouble really starts to happen. Well,
Listen, they're going into junior high school. If trouble was really going to happen, I mean, I think it would have happened already.
yeah,
I hope. I mean, there's a lot of. Yeah.
yeah. But now, what about those? What do you say to the parents that you had to say something?
I was just going to say, when I go back to that sport thing, though, like,
Yeah.
I wished my parents kind of pushed me
Yeah.
a little bit because I feel like I did miss out on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would have had fun or excelled if I just would have stuck with it or gave it a try. As soon as I got pushed on my ass, or as soon as I was like, nah, I don't like this, they took me off and they
Yeah.
let me go. I think they should have let me, at least, like, football-wise, finish it out, dude.
Yeah.
Finish it out.
Yes, that I would. I definitely. I am very strict on. If we are maybe because we're cheap sometimes when it comes to things. If you're paying for this, you're going the whole season. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
You're going. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. That's it. You're finishing it.
My philosophy is you try everything once. You don't like it, you move on.
Yeah,
But you need to try it. You
need
can't
to
quit
give it a
halfway through.
fair shot.
Yeah.
and that's the whole thing.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, it has to have the fair shot.
In 2 sports that I love.
Yeah.
Football and baseball.
We've been
2
doing
sports that I love.
golf with our son, though. He kind of likes that, but it's not like, he's not like on golf courses. It's just the fundamentals, learning how to swing, learning how to putt, learning how to swing. He's done it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times now. But then, like, I have a net in the backyard to drive the ball, and then I watch him. And his form is like not that great. And my form's not great either, but but I'm looking at it, or like certain things, or when we go to miniature golf and he's putting it and he's holding it totally wrong, I'm like, that gets a little frustrating because I know he's enjoying it when he's doing it, but I'm like, geez, buddy, we've been doing this for 4 years and you're still holding, why are you holding the club like that? It makes me wonder, what are they teaching?
them?
Yeah. Are they enforcing these things? Or are they just trying to collect their dollar? And
But what's the end game? What's your goal of going to golf lessons?
for my son?
Yeah.
Well, I work with a lot of people who are older in that. And when I say older, maybe like 10 to 15 years older than me, that have kids that are basically in either seniors or in high school or going into college, or some of that are in the business world. And one of the general consensus that I hear from them is that golf is a great tool to have when they're older. And you may say, why? And they say
for
it's
business meetings.
Exactly. They say if you have a boss or you have someone that says, let's go golfing. It's such a big thing in the corporate world where they say it's good to know. And I'm like, you know what? I can see where maybe something like that is an advantage in the future. As far as throwing a soccer ball, kicking a soccer ball, I don't, or throwing a football. I don't know if it's necessarily going to, because he's not going to be some pro athlete. No one from my town really probably is. Maybe you get one every whatever amount of years if you're lucky. So the way I look at it is, I think it's more of an advantage to teach him something where he might be good. It might assist him in the future with certain things. You can smooch with the boss. You kind of like.
But you're not sending him out there to be a pro golfer.
No, you're sending in someone who knows the fundamentals of it, and maybe there's no goal to be a pro golfer, but in the corporate world, it's if that's what he decides he wants to do, it's good to know.
If he were to say, "I don't want to do this anymore,"
he doesn't want.
Because you said he's been doing it for a couple years now.
Yeah. If he doesn't want to do it, he's still young.
He's very young.
So,
and he's gonna eventually have his own voice.
Yeah.
He's approaching that age.
He enjoys swim too. He loves swimming. So, and he's pretty good at it. So, maybe something that's a bridge we'll cross too in the future if he wants to do that as a hobby or something fun. My son is better, at least now, at his current age. He's better at sports that is not team related as much.
Okay.
So swimming's more individual, golf is more individual. That's kind of what he's more into. I don't think he does well with the pressure of other kids or whatever relying on him to play his part.
And I think that was a huge thing with me too.
Yeah.
I always felt not athletic, so I didn't fit in with everybody else. So I was kind of like, I can't do this. I'm just going to go. I don't like this. I don't need the pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, which is the case sometimes.
Yeah.
But what about nowadays, we see this more often than not, the parents that, and I'm going to get a little more controversial with this, the parents that they have a 7-year-old that says, she's a girl and wants to be a boy or something like that. And the parents that push that on the kids.
Now we're going into a whole nother
I know. But it goes to show, the one thing as a parent, no matter how you look at it, no matter which way you look at it, your kid is always going to respect your opinion because you're the one who raised them. You're the one that, listen, no matter what you say and no matter how old they get, they still are listening to you one way or another. They pretend they're not listening, but they still are. They hear it. It's like when your wife complains to you. You might not want to hear it sometimes, but you still are listening, and you're like, gosh.
I'm going to be honest, man. I don't disagree, but in the society that is we live in now, that is little in upside down world, I don't think a lot of kids care or respect what some of their parents say. Not all of them.
Yeah.
But I think there is a good percentage of kids that don't respect what their parents say.
Well, for those who do, and those who, my point is that you have a parent that hears something, like maybe the kid is just saying, I want to be a boy, or I want to be a girl. And then they start to kind of direct their life in that. Like some parents, which I've heard stories about this, direct their children's life in that direction because they want to be inclusive. They want to be whatever. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. And then some parents go as far as pushing their kids to get surgeries. But this is what you wanted. You wanted to be this. This is what you're going to do, And they're going in a direction now that you're like, okay, now this is getting a bit extreme, Yeah,
and I'm sure we've talked about this plenty of times. But as a parent, what do you do? What do you do?
Well,
what do you do?
Okay, let's start with...
Not what do you do as a parent.
Let's start with our parents. What would your dad do.
Beat the shit out of me until I said, "No, sir, you're right. No, sir, I don't feel like a woman. No, sir.
That's where we're starting with.
No, sir."
And yeah. I remember I dressed up as a girl for Halloween.
I did once too.
Yeah, but we didn't think anything of it.
No, because it was funny.
Yeah.
It was a funny costume.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put a wig and watch this. I'm gonna be pretending I'm a girl.
If your son wanted to dress up as a girl for Halloween, you'd probably question him now.
Yeah.
It's not funny anymore.
Well, I remember my mom saying, because
And vice versa.
she said something, don't get used to wearing that. You know? I was like, what? Why would I get used to wearing this?
That was a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, we would dress up as homeless people
Yes.
and make fun of, I'm a bum.
I had the fake cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why did a bum have to have a cigar?
Yeah, I don't know. Because
Why-
smoking was, I don't know.
A cigar, half a beer, dirty clothes, and,
Yeah.
and a stick with a fucking handkerchief at the end of it. That's in the movies.
The hobo.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, and you just put like,
And that's
you
what it
put
was-
dirt makeup on your face, and
Yeah.
you would do like, you put a fake beard because a bum
Yeah.
had, we'd be bums.
Bum
probably.
couldn't shave.
Yeah. So they had the beard, they had the old holy hat, and
But that's what it's advertised as. Not homeless. It was a bum.
just a bum.
Be a bum.
I know, isn't that crazy? That was a costume back in the day,
Bum.
bro.
Dude, I went to not to go off topic, but I went to Yankee Stadium last night, and I went to a Yankee game. And on the way home, I was at a light, and a homeless guy, was walking, and I gave him $5, and he had like a conversation with me. He didn't have a fucking steak with a fucking handkerchief at the end with his belongings in it. He didn't have a beard. I'm like, dude, you're freshly shaven. You know,
Imagine he did though.
he wasn't smoking a cigar. He was, in dirty, tattered clothes.
If he did have all that, you would have been like, I dressed up like you for Halloween one year.
I would have been like, yeah, you're doing good for yourself, bro, because
Yeah.
I can't afford cigars every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Cigars nowadays, you can't afford them.
So stupid.
Let alone the bum for
Back in the day, if you smoked a cigar, you were a bum. Now you're sophisticated.
Yes.
Smoke it with your bourbon.
I know.
You know what I mean? It is. Anyway, no. That stuff wasn't tolerated when we were kids.
Yeah, we would.
We would question how, like, the homosexual people that we knew growing up, how did your parents deal with that?
Yeah.
It's like back in the day, you were scared to come out of the closet.
My son had asked me, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? They were talking about Donald Trump, I guess, passed something about transgender sports or whatever, know, and how if you're transgender, you can't
play any
participate in.
I thought that already happened years ago. Why is it
I
coming
don't
up
know.
again?
I guess it's official now or whatever. And my son goes to me, "What is transgender? What do they? I don't understand what that. What's going on there."
Was that like a nightmare question?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad. But I had explained to him. I said, "Well, it's for to give you an example. I was like, it's if a boy or a girl wants to dress like someone, like if a boy wants to dress like a girl, and I started with dress. And then I said sometimes they take a little bit more further and do other things to make themselves more a girl, or whatever." And I said, and they're saying that it's basically not fair that someone who has the strength of maybe what a boy might have or the strength of certain things, for them to participate in activities where they might have an advantage, And he's like, "Oh, okay," kind of like, or whatever. And, but I didn't know what other way to put
You
it.
didn't give the whole, what do you think, son?
Yeah, I didn't. No.
Because I've done that with my girls.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
And they're like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I
No.
said, what if, I always told them, what if like we were in Target and you had to go to the bathroom and a man, dressed up as a woman went into the bathroom. How would
Yeah.
you feel? And they're like, no, I would be scared. I'm like,
Yes.
"Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, because there's too many gray areas where, or certain things where, unfortunately in our society that there's too many people out there that might have malice intentions and aren't really transgender and would put a wig on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they would, in a way,
And I guess that's why they started making those bathrooms that was like, oh, it's sex friendly or whatever, or gender friendly.
yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a public bathroom where it's men and women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. Like, I want to see a woman come in and like pee in a urinal or something. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, come on, let's go. I'm going to pee. Come on in. You know? No. But I have been. Yeah. And it's awkward. It was awkward for me. Like, yeah, I'm going to, you know, I've been to like a concert and it's like the women's room, the women's line is so long that they just go into the bedroom and then all the men clap and you're like, yeah. And I'm like, not me, bro. I'm already shy. Like, no.
Don't look.
Don't come in here. Don't come in here.
Or if they're pretty, you see European urinals start to go more north.
Yeah.
You know?
But you're 100% right because you don't know now anymore of, you know, who's doing this intentionally to be a scumbag and a pervert as opposed to somebody who really feels like a woman.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just...
Yeah. I had a person that, and I didn't have a clue. I got fooled. I got juked on this one. It was someone that came in to look for a job, and I want to have my business, and they were a little off, okay? And I'm not talking about looks or anything of that sort, but personality was just a little off, you know? Something was wrong there, okay? And I was like, so I said, I'm going to try you out. I will pay you, but I'm going to try you out for a couple days, see how you do, you know? And just go from there or whatever.
And this was a male or a female?
Well,
that you know what that you thought was applying.
A female.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'll try you out, see how you do, and you know, we'll go from there and whatever. And I tried this person out for a couple days. It was too awkward. They were too weird with the customers. Like just like space cadet-y, said certain things or whatever. My cashiers were always the face of my business, you know. And I need you to be like you got to be on top of your game if you're going to be working this position.
Watch where you're going with the story. We're going to get canceled.
No, no. But listen to this. After a couple days, I paid them. I said, I told them, I said, I don't think you're a good fit for the position. And afterwards, and it was seriously afterwards, one of my coworkers, one of my other workers said, you know that was a dude, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, that was someone that went to my school or something along those lines and is now a woman. I'm like, you're full of shit. I was like flabbergasted. I'm like, you're full of it. And he's like, yeah, that was, you know. And I was like, and I'm like, wow, that was one of the best ones.
That's one of the prettiest men I've ever seen in my life.
No, but I got fooled. Totally fooled.
I think a lot of people do.
I'm like, they're getting better with this now, huh? But I was totally, you know, I had no clue. But they were, and they were weird. They were just something, there was something off there.
I don't want to say a lot of them, but especially, I mean, when you own your business, now you're talking 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Where this whole thing was kind of just coming into play, right? To be normal in society, or whatever, however you want to put it. So I think a lot of people probably were more awkward in their personality back then, because they were in that in between part where you know, this is, you know, it's not acceptable in society yet, type of area.
But usually I can pick up on it like pretty easily. I've got that, like I've said it many times.
Well, when you made out, did she get a boner? I mean, that's where I thought the story was going.
But usually I'm pretty good with it, and I've said it to my wife watches Bravo and all this and all those things and stuff. I'm like, that's a dude right there, and she's like, how'd you know? I was like, that's obvious, sir. That's a dude. You know?
There are a lot that you can't tell. You know what I mean? And that's the problem is these people now have the balls, no pun intended, to dress up as a woman and be really pretty and not know, and then you go out through life like normal, and you meet a dude at a bar and you want to know why you got beat up, or talked down upon because you didn't come truthful with the
Yeah.
dude. Now all of a sudden you're hooking up with him, and then one thing leads to another, and all of a sudden Mr. Winky pops out,
Yeah.
and
It's like Finkel and Einhorn.
yeah, as Finkel as an Einhorn.
Yeah.
But it's a weird place in society right now, and it's a weird place for our children. And I think it's up to us to take our old school values and still apply them to
Yeah.
today, because I think our parents kind of knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Society wasn't perfect back then,
Yeah.
but it was, I think, a little bit simpler. Does that make sense?
It was simple times, yeah.
Right.
It's nowadays things are a lot more complicated, and back to what we're not to keep talking about this, but now it's like LBGTQQWXYZ and
Yeah.
everything. It's the whole
Yeah.
the
They're
alphabet.
gonna have to start making up letters soon.
Yeah, and it's just like now it's gonna be like it's gonna be in Chinese writing before you
But-
know it. And
I look back at like the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, right? I mean, it was a lot of, all right, so I think there was, I don't want to say more racism, but 50s and 60s were a little, racially crazy.
yeah,
70s were kind of like the
hippies.
drugs, the LSD, the
Yeah.
hippies.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden the 80s and 90s kind of, for a little time there, just calmed down.
yeah.
Everything was calm and cool.
Well,
And sports
80s
were
though
popular.
was
Well, 80s was
the
like the
A-
early
AIDS
80s was like the
AIDS
Coke
was
and the AIDS.
yeah,
But I do feel like somewhere in the late 80s, early 90s, like things just calmed down a little bit,
Yeah.
And then shit hit the fan.
yeah,
And those 80s, 90s kids became rebellious parents.
yeah.
And now that's what you're getting with these kids nowadays.
I think more. I feel like more the 70s, or maybe the early Gen Xers, or like early 70s, I guess.
Well, I think that, Gen Xers was what, like early 70s to early 80s?
Yeah, or to 80.
Because I think millennials are like 1983 or something crazy.
81 is considered technically, but I think like that generation is the one that is screwed up the kids the most.
Well, yeah, because like those are the kids. Those are the kids whose parents were strict.
No.
Oh no, the parents of the strict would be the boomers.
Our parents.
Our parents were the boomers. Yeah,
Our
we're the Gen
parents-
Xers that were fucking up our kids today.
No. I don't even think that. I feel like the people who were born in the early 70s are the ones who screwed up the kids the most. The products of the flower generation, the flower power, whatever generation, those ones are the ones that are screwing things up. Our parents weren't flower power type people.
They were the boomers.
they were the boomers.
strict people.
So
That's why I think it's our
are the ones.
generation that are screwing up the kids.
No, I think our generation, me and you, just like how we parent, are the ones that are trying to raise our kids the right way.
The flower power kids, they're already in their like 50s, 60s.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah. So those are the parents are in their 50s, 60s. You're saying
They're almost on. Yeah, I just feel like that's older. I feel
I
like it's us.
find that generation,
It's us and after us.
because I'm just thinking about people who I know personally that might be in their 50s and 60s,
They're
that their kids are
our age. They'd be us.
no.
Are we? Yeah,
We're in our 40s.
yeah.
We were raised by the boomers.
The boomers.
Yeah. So
So people who are like early 70s, like that flower power stuff.
yeah.
That's
No, but that were born during the flower power.
born during the flower.
That's what
power.
I meant. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I should have
I
clarified
got
that.
you. I got you.
They were born during that point where the parents were the hippies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were brought into that hippie-ish
Exactly.
lifestyle.
That's all right. Now we're
I got
on
you.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
They're the ones who have the screwed up kids
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
Sorry, people.
Yeah.
over
Because they were the LSD.
Not to say everyone is like that, but yes, the ones who were having children
Yeah.
in the hippie generation, I guess you
Yeah.
would say,
Yeah.
the 60s and early 70s, where their children are the ones that are, And I see it all too often because gosh, hopefully no one from work watches this, but because I work with a lot of them, and you see they buy their kids, they're buying their kids beer, they're buying I don't want them to get in trouble doing. They're having parties with their kids, they're having do whatever they want, and that generation I feel like is a lot of the.
Well, I'll be honest, man. I know a lot of people who are our age that are doing the same thing with their kids that are my kids' age now. My kids are 15, turn 16.
Yeah.
That are our age or younger, a few years younger, that are like, I'd rather just have my kids' friends over and I'll just buy them alcohol because they're not out and about, they're not driving. Sorry, man. I don't agree with you. I ain't doing that for my kid. And I'm going to be honest, if I find out my kid's going to your house and you're giving them alcohol, I'm going to be pretty upset about it.
Yeah. And they're our age or younger?
No, they're a little younger. Yeah. Probably.
There's a line there,
because
I'm telling
honestly,
you.
like we had I had my kid in my 30s, right?
Yeah.
I was 30 or 31. So same. You had yours
36,
later in life.
yeah.
So we have that.
Yeah. And I was raised by a boomer.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Or boomers. Yeah, I guess, essentially. So, I think it's a little bit, like I said.
There's a small window of those weird ass.
The ones who were born, the parents that were born in the hippie generation.
Yeah.
Because they had hippie parents.
Yeah.
That raised them to be.
Because I'm sorry, man. I love my kids, but I'm not buying them alcohol.
No.
I'm not having them over with their friends drinking alcohol. And this is the age my kids are at where that's going to start happening now with parents. And I know a couple parents already do that.
Have you had a drink with your kid before? Have you?
No.
Never?
Nope. I let my kid taste a White Claw once.
All right.
And she's like, this is good. I was like, get out of here. You're supposed to spit it out.
So I've had
supposed to spit it out.
I always joke around. I'm like, when my son becomes a teenager, I'll let him try a beer. When he becomes a teenager, I'll let him try it. But but that's always a good age too, because when he hates it, then you're kind of like.
I mean, if my kid's 19, 20, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
At this age, if they're 15, turning 16, no, I'm not. No, I'm not sharing a drink with my kid, and I don't want my kid to have a drink.
Yeah. When it comes to
and it makes me fearful because I have a lot of alcohol that is, accessible in my house.
When it comes to like alcohol like that, yes, 21, I think. But like a beer, I feel like all right, you can try it. You can try it. That doesn't mean you can drink. This is a thing. You can. Try
I want to give them whatever I can give them that they're going to hate.
Yeah. You remember your first beer?
I do.
Yeah. Do you?
100% I do. Yeah, it was the worst. No. I was 12.
Yeah.
I had beer and pot in the same night.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Forced onto me.
Party animal over here.
No, it was forced onto me.
Yeah.
By family. Yeah.
Really? Interesting.
People who I don't talk to aren't even alive anymore.
Was it because of the pot?
There was a lot of things that night were very weird.
Yeah.
But anywho,
Sounds like
I won't go into that.
I always remembered the smell of beer. So smell and taste. We do bourbon. We know how it is. There's a correlation there, kind of.
Yeah.
And so when I had my first beer, it might have been even in like Ruben's garage.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, this kind of tastes how I thought it might taste. Because I always knew the smell of beer. Yeah. I grew up in a house without alcohol, so.
My dad was a beer guy when I was young.
Oh, so he was? Okay. Yeah. So, and now he doesn't have any drinking?
I mean, he'll drink a cocktail, but he's not a big drinker at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he'll have like a glass of sangria and I'll be like, oh my God, this is the...
He did have champagne with us.
Did, yes, he did.
Right? Is that what we broke out? The champagne?
Yes.
When we got married in my backyard?
Yeah. He'll get a cocktail. I'll try to push a bourbon drink on and have him sip it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we'll go to Biggie's Clam Bar,
Yeah.
but he'll get like a glass of sangria.
All right.
I don't see him drinking like a bottle of beer. But he was a big Heineken guy back in the day.
All right.
I have a picture of him when I was a kid at his friend's house, and he's got like 12 bottles of Heineken all over him, and he's like passed out in a chair. And it's like,
Maybe that's why he doesn't drink beer.
yeah, no, he doesn't.
Did
drink.
he like the whiskey when you gave it to him? Or
No, well, he can't stand it. He
Yeah.
doesn't understand how we do this. Yeah. It doesn't matter if
Does
it's
he
an
make-
old fashioned. It doesn't matter if it's a cocktail. Every time he puts a sip, he's like, "Oh, I don't know how you do this."
Does he worry about you at all?
Absolutely, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot. Who needs that much?
But that's always a thing with
Right?
people.
Who needs that much?
And that's the thing. Like, I've had this bottle of Rock Hill Farms for 6 years, whatever.
But
It's
you
like,
also look on the spectrum of him with my brother, so he looks
Yeah.
at it the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But yeah, I think I have to explain that to people a lot of times. Like, why do you have so much bourbon? Well,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of different types of bourbon.
yeah.
Why do you need backups of that bourbon? Because I like that one a lot, and I
Yeah.
want backups of it because sometimes it's one I can't get that often.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, why do you need 6, 7, or 8 backups? I mean,
some of them I sell.
Yeah.
Depends, but depends what it is. If it's, he says that now. He says that now, and I had to basically force him to get the Elijah Craig C923.
yeah, you did.
And do you see how much that's going for?
I wish I had. I wish I had like 2 more. One to sell, one to open.
They're going, dude. People are listening for $260 now,
know.
man.
I know. That's triple what we paid for it.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, "You got a lot of C923s."
Can I buy one? Yeah, $260, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
they're going for a pretty penny, and then you just gave yours away to Steve DePalm, and just did you say? No. What did you say that one time? Someone drank a bunch of it, or no?
Yeah. Oh my God, I was angry. Oh, it wasn't that one.
Oh, all right.
What was it?
I think it was that one, wasn't it? That one? Whatever. Anyways, you can tell me later. But
Anyway, man, listen. I think you need to worry about society's changing,
yeah,
but I don't feel like we need to pivot with society about the
Yeah.
way we raise our kids. You raise them right, they'll do the right thing.
yeah.
And I think
I guess essentially what I was saying, John, was: are we raising pussies nowadays? Is
Yeah.
that what's going on?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening,
Yes.
or are we trying to be a little bit more understanding of what our kids are?
no, we're raising pussies.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's air conditioners in the classroom.
Yeah.
We have
didn't know what
softball games
was.
that are canceled due to heat.
Yeah. Wow.
There's
You know what it is, though, John, with that, though? I think there's just too many liabilities now. People don't want to get sued. They don't want to deal with a heat stroke or this or that. We're going to get sued. Because people are sue happy nowadays, too. So that I think that plays a role in it as well. So,
yeah.
All right. Jimmy Red coming out of, what was it? High Wire Distilling. This is a new one for us. It wasn't bad.
High Wire Distilling. That was out of Louisiana.
No, South Carolina, I think.
South Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, I is it my typical, would it be my typical go-to? Probably not. It's cool to have in the collection, I guess, so it is what it is.
I thought it was. I enjoyed it.
You liked it a little better than I did.
Yeah.
Maybe the next time around I might like it a little bit more, but oh my God.
Go get your Jimmy Corn.
Yeah.
Get the bottle in bond. That might be better. 100 proof.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. All right. John, cheers, and as always, cheers to you. Later.